Today on Network Africa, Gabon's incumbent president Ali Bongo wins the country's recent presidential election. And security forces in Libya capture 174 migrants near Misrata. Plus, Kenya's anti-corruption boss, Philip Lindiso, resigns. Welcome everyone, I am Bisi Adebayo. The results are in for the presidential election held in Gabon. President Ali Bongo has been declared winner and begins a new term. According to the country's Electoral Commission, the president polled 49.85% of the votes compared to his main rival, Jinping's 48.16%. The commission had been expected to have announced Jinping as winner before now. Jinping's party had even claimed victory earlier this week. Residents are staying home in case there is an outbreak of violence. And as expected, main opposition challenger Jinping has rejected the results of the election and is challenging a reported 99.9% turnout in one of the country's main provinces, Haut-Ogooué, a Bongo stronghold. Many Gabonese are saying the 5-day poll count was excessive, and many organizations suggest the results are fraudulent. International observers, such as European Union monitors, are calling for the president to publish detailed results for every polling station and calling for calm despite results. Legal practitioner Chukwemeka Eze joins us now to analyze the country's elections. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Eze, it's not out of place for election results to be disputed in this part of the world, is it?
Once it is Africa, the outcome of the election is always expected. It is difficult for a sitting president to allow himself to be voted out by the people. So, except for three exceptions in Ghana, in Nigeria, and a few other countries, it's difficult. It's difficult. Quite difficult.
Well, did Mr. Jinping, riding on a lot of experience and qualification, have a good shot at being president?
Yes. The matter is beyond having the best qualification. The people of Gabon, it seems to me, are tired of the Omar Bongo dynasty, which has spanned for almost half a century. And they needed to have a clean break with that dynasty. And it seems to me that Jinping won the election, notwithstanding what the Electoral Commission has declared or intended to declare. Jinping, from all intents and purposes, and from the report of the European Union Election Observer Mission, that there was lack of transparency in the election, consisting in non-disposition by the electoral body to display the voters' register at the polling stations and other malpractices. Notwithstanding, Jinping, the official record, scored 48.16%, while Ali Bongo has been said to score 49.85%. So, notwithstanding all this, they claim that Ali Bongo's region, there was 99.93 compliance by voters. Turnout, there was voters turnout of 99.93. We know that this will not be possible and was not possible. So, and the fear is that the Constitutional Court judges may give a decision in favor of Ali Bongo, because Ali Bongo influenced the appointment of many of them. So the opposition is in a hard place. They are between the skiller and the Caribbean. they may not eventually survive the onslaught from the Bongo dynasty. But we'll watch to see what comes out of it.
Many residents are complaining the 5-day counting period was too long, leaving room for the EU to speculate the results could have been tampered with. Does it matter how long it takes to count votes?
It matters because to count 600,000 votes in 5 days is unprecedented. So I think they had enough time because the initial results that were released on Sunday showed Jinping in the lead. So between Sunday and Wednesday, I think there was a lot of activities, and the Interior Ministry of the government continued to give out stories that showed that they wanted to do something funny. So there was government intervention all the way. There was media clampdown. And we remember that within the electoral, the governor of this province was announced the result of his own province. So that announcement coming from governors of the various provinces will show that there was so much hand of the government in it, and no government will allow itself to be voted out. So I think the Electoral Commission is pro-government, and its activities show that the government had prior knowledge of every of each activity, while the opposition did not have. So the election was not transparent, even considering the number of days and other factors associated with that election.
Well, Mr. Eze, you've studied Ali Bongo over time. Apart from being an incumbent, what other edge did he have over the opposition?
I think beyond being the incumbent, the Omar Bongo dynasty, that's the father, who was in power for about 42 years. His imprint is all over the country, and they are too rich. I mean, Omar Bongo, his father, some people say is richer than or used to be richer than the country. And knowing that Ali Bongo inherited whatever wealth the father had, so being an incumbent, election requires money. So that the incumbency factor contributed a lot because many people, especially in French countries, find it difficult to detach themselves from the government of the day. So it is difficult to have an independent setup. So the incumbency factor, I'm sure, contributed 70%. The wealth factor might have contributed 25%. And other factors might have given rise to 5%.
Well, thanks again for joining us, Mr. Eze. Well, let's turn to Tanzania now, where the main opposition party, Chadema, has postponed its defiance demos for about a month. The party has called on its supporters to protest at infringements on freedom of expression and democracy since President John Magufuli became president last year. Magufuli's government has barred public and indoor political meetings in the country. Earlier this week, Chadema party leader Edward Lowassa was arrested after police said he disobeyed a government order. Lowassa was arrested together with other officials from his party. Police said he had contravened an order that prohibited any meetings that could entice people to join in the planned September 1 demonstrations. When we return after the break, with thousands of migrants headed towards Europe, Libyan authorities put a stop to the dreams of 174 people who planned to make the deadly trip.